I wanted to talk to you all about some of my favorite floral books. I am so excited about this video. I've been wanting to make it for a while. I don't know, I'm just really excited and I have a bunch of books right here to kind of go over. Trying to clear my throat. Do you ever feel like you get a nacho in your throat? It just stays there. I had nachos at lunch today and taquitos. I love taquitos. Okay, side note. Anyway, so we're going to be talking about 5 of my favorite flower books. They are more coffee table sized books, so you can put them on your coffee table or decorate with them. But I also just really like these for a variety of different reasons, and I'm going to be approaching them more in light of an artist and a designer. Not only enjoying the books for flower arranging, but also just if you love flowers, you might like these books because they have great, I do have some that have arrangement tips and gardening tips, but I also have some that I just love design-wise and color-wise and structure-wise. They just are awesome. So let's jump into it. Okay, so the first book is called Flower Color Guide. It is by Derek and Michael Putnam. I love this book, y'all. It's small, like it's about as big as my hand. But what I love about it is it just gives you beautiful pictures of each different type of flower, and it has them obviously in different colors. So you have peaches, you have purples, and it goes through kind of the rainbow. You get to see all these different colored flowers. I have wanted to study flowers, and I love the idea of just going to a garden and like looking around and finding that beautiful flower and just like taking a moment to like really sketch it or observe it for its color. But so often I draw at night so much that what's so great about this book is if you want to like study specific flowers drawing wise or painting wise or like watercolor, this is so great. It's like kind of like a botanical study-esque picture. And you can just study the forms, you can study the colors, you can study the textures. I love how helpful it is to be able to see like, okay, this is where the leaf is darker and this is where the leaf is greener. And with each picture, it just shows you even different forms of, like in this case, it's a ranunculus. It also tells you each of the flowers as you're drawing. So if you want a better idea of like different flowers that you can put in your drawings, your illustrations, your pattern making, this is just, I don't know, I just feel like this is a wonderful book and just a complete game changer when it comes to trying to find great reference photos for flowers. So definitely suggest this book. It's great. Next book. It is de Gournay, Hand Painted Interiors. What is so cool about this book in particular is that there are so many floral wallpaper motifs that are just, not only are there flowers in the book, what I love about this book is this company does so much with floral wallpaper, and you get to see rooms with kind of maximalist floral wallpaper done in just such a beautiful way and with different colors. So it shows you like if you were going to do a floral wallpaper in black, this maybe is how it can look. Or let's say you want to do something blue and white. This is how it might look in a space with your flowers. And I just think this is really fun to look at as you're kind of dreaming up. Let's say you want to make a cool pattern with flowers, or you want to illustrate something with flowers, or you just want to maybe do a floral wallpaper one day in your house. It is so nice to just see how people create their spaces with the floral motifs that are going on in it. It's so beautiful, it is so elegant, it's so inspiring, the colors are so good. When you see all these different colors, and especially with the ones with more like floral natural motifs, it's just like, take this green one for example. It is so cool, and I don't know, it just gives you like a beautiful take on flowers. Yes. Next book. So The next book is On Flowers by Amy Merrick. She is a floral designer in New York City. It talks about her time in New York designing with flowers and talks a little bit more about like floral design and designing with flowers as a florist. As of right now, I haven't put any of those books in here, so this is kind of our transition book. So not only does it give you like really good ideas on just like where to go to get flowers. There's one part where she talks about like, I don't know, she asked someone if she could take their weeds in like a, I think, abandoned lot, and they're like, sure, and she made these amazing like weed inspired bouquets, which I'm just obsessed with. But she also pairs it with things like cake and has just really fun ideas. I think as books go, this one talks so much about different ideas with flowers, which I think is really fun. And it's just, in general, it is beautiful. The photography uses like a little bit of a film grain, which is nice. The book is just stunning, the way that the book looks. From a styling standpoint, if you want to style, I do think this is a beautiful book to style in your house. One of the things I love is the graphic design. The graphic design is so engaging. It either is like this, you know, really large fonts and colors, or they have these awesome collage pages. This book also has this wonderful spread on flower museums and where to go if you want to see some really great flower botanical prints or anything like that, which is super cool. And just in general, y'all, I mean, like, look at this. It's just beautiful, beautiful photography, fun read. I do really suggest this On Flowers by Amy Merrick. Hugely suggest. And now we are moving on to the Flower Fix. This book, y'all, is a little bit different. It has a lot of great pictures of flowers inside, but what I think is so nice about this book is it will take you step by step on how to create a bouquet. So if you're new to floral design, if you want to arrange flowers, this book is a must. I think it's a great beginner's book on letting you know different little secrets and letting you know different like techniques. I'm not a professional flower arranger. I just like to do it in my free time. I think it's really fun and it's a huge way that I rest. But another thing that's so fun about this book is in the back there are these illustrations that show you like how to do a florist pot grid. Here's an example of how to do a wreath, and it's all like illustrated out just step by step. Great instructions. They also go into the chicken wire structures, so if you want to do more of a floral installation, I think this book is really great. I've never done an installation, but sometimes when we think of installations, we're like, oh, that's like a really big thing, and like I'm gonna have to put it on like the ceiling. I love those baby's breath ones that come down from the ceiling. Oh, they're so pretty. But it does kind of go into the details on how to do that, and so it's a beautiful book. It's a fun coffee table book, but also this one is really good if you want to arrange. And finally, we have Cut Flower Garden. Now, for anyone who has been following Floret Farms, they are this flower farm in Washington that this woman, Erin, she started with a few flowers, just gardening on her own, and she has turned it into this whole enterprise. They now create their own seeds. It's amazing what they've done with flowers, and she wrote a book about her time in gardening. This book gives some amazing fun things to do with flowers. It has like flower crowns, other arrangements on like how to do a cool arrangement here and there. Like here's an example of kind of like an autumn arrangement. Where I think this book really shines is in the gardening. This book talks a lot about how to garden your own flowers, which there's a lot of different books on gardens, and so maybe that's like a whole other topic, but this one goes into gardening flowers, different things you need to look into, different things you should look out for. This is the first book that kind of taught me about cutting stems and how you really needed to make sure you like cut it a couple times to make sure that the water can flow into the flowery branches. It also just does this amazing job of laying out different flowers and laying out the seasons that the flowers go in. It talks about ordering bulbs, it talks about perennials, it talks about annuals. This one talks about like fun summer projects and has a bunch of different colored zinnias. And again, it does show like a fun bouquet, but this one just has a ton of really, really good tips and tricks. So, to quickly recap, this book, Cut Flower Gardens, amazing for gardening. The Flower Fix, amazing for arranging. On Flowers, a bit of graphic design inspiration with a hint of flower arranging, but great idea book. It's an idea book where you just can get really inspired. The Gournay, wonderful for seeing flowers in interior spaces. And finally, the Flower Color Guide, which is kind of like your flower color encyclopedia, and wonderful if you're an artist who just wants to draw flowers. Yeah. So I will link the books below. They are honestly some of my favorites, and if you want another video on flower books or just coffee table books in general, let me know. I really like coffee table books. They're kind of addicting. I don't know, when you see a good coffee table book with pretty pictures, I love photography, and I think there's just something to be said when you see something with great photography. And what I love about coffee table books are the pages are bigger, and so all the pictures are bigger, and it's just wonderful. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope it is special and full with some really beautiful things. If the sun is out, go on a walk and stop and smell the flowers if you can. Life is short. Yeah, I hope to see you all